What's going on, guys? Christian here, and I'm bringing you guys a tutorial on advanced glossy text. This is the final product because if we look, this is what it looks like straight as text, just text as in you write it out, and then once we add all our effects and stuff, you can see it's sort of beveled, has a nice gradient type of stroke on it, and also a gradient inside of the text itself. If you can hear him, that's Walter. He likes to meow a lot. So let's get started. I'm going to make a new document, 1280 by 720, and I have my text tool, and I'm going to just type out AOXV. Now this font is called Anakevka. I don't know what it means. What's up, Bubba? But this pretty much, we're done. We just need to write what you need to do, and then all the rest is going to be done in blending options. So you bring up your blending options, and these are the things we got to add. Oh no, right in the middle of a thing. Alright, well I'm going to try and just get this out of the way and then keep going. Okay, so we need to add a drop shadow. You need to set it to the blending mode to multiply. The color is black. Opacity of about 50% or so. The angle of 120 and 505. You know, it's pretty standard. I'm pretty sure this is the basic drop shadow. If I'm a little rusty, I apologize. I haven't made a tutorial in a while, so just bear with me. And the contour just needs to be a diagonal line with a noise of 0. And that's pretty much it for the drop shadow. Next thing we need to do is the inner glow. Inner glow needs to be blend mode of screen with the opacity of 37%, with no noise. By the way, y'all don't have to follow my exact guidelines. This is just what I have found to be beneficial to me. Y'all can use whatever settings you want. You can use mine. It doesn't matter. That's what tutorials are for. But you can set this, you know, any color you want. We're just going to keep it, we're going to do a red this time, just for the sake of the tut. And the elements, we're going to change it to softer instead of precise, with an edge and a choke of 0 and a size of 8 pixels. And the contour, whoops, wrong contour. The contour needs to be sort of this arc deal right here, and that one will work with a range of 50 and a jitter of 0. I do believe the jitter comes standard as 10, but just lower that to 0. We want to add a bevel and emboss and a contour. Bevel and emboss can be an inner bevel with chisel hard because it comes smooth, but seeing how it's a blocky font, the chisel hard looks really nice. I put the depth of about 311%, and the reason it's such a weird number is just because all I was doing was just sliding. Like, I didn't have a set thing, you know, so I just did 311, whoops, and that's where I kept it at. So we're back here again. Direction needs to be up, and the size needs to be 3, and the soften of 0. Down here, this is sort of important. The highlight mode, it needs to be color dodge on the white layer and multiply on the black layer. And these can all be opacity about 75%. And you can pretty much make this whatever you'd like. On the contour, we need to go to the contour elements and do this little, what looks like a section of a cloud. That's one we need to pick for that, and an opacity of about 50%. And that's that. Next, we need to do satin, make a satin, and we need to make the transfer mode color burn with the opacity of about 50%, make it black. The angle of about -135, the distance of 5, and a size of 8. And it's just pretty simple stuff. And then we need to change the contour. I always mess that up. Change the contour to this flat straight line up and then a little arc. That looks like that. So that's that. Next thing, this is where we actually start making what looks like the gloss, is the gradient overlay. Now I saved it as my default so I would know, so I wouldn't have to do it again, but for the sake of the tutorial, I'm going to go ahead and make a new one. We have it here. What we need to do is we need to start at a dark color on the left side and gradually get lighter, and then we're going to cut it off and make it dark again. So about right here, we're going to make it a little bit lighter, about like that. Over here, we're going to make it a little bit even more lighter, and same thing about right here, make it a little bit lighter. And then right after this, about right here, we're just going to go back to dark, just like that. Now if you look on the text over here, you can see where it made that line, and the closer you get it to this, the flatter, the more flatter, whatever the line is going to be, therefore making it look more official. Now what's cool about gradients is you can move them around on your text. So if you wanted it down here, or way up here, or wherever, I'm just going to leave it about right there. You can do that. The last final thing we need to add is a stroke. Instead of doing a color stroke, which I usually do, I actually made it a gradient stroke. And this is what we have to do. We have to start on the left side excuse me, with a light color. In this case we'll do red. So I'll just take this and go to the red area and make it sort of like a salmon color. It doesn't really have to be perfect. And then in the middle we can make it whatever color. I'm just gonna make it black because I think that looks interesting. And then over here I kind of want to do a bright, a vivid red, about like that. And that's pretty much it, guys. Now if we go get out of all this mess, we've made this really cool text that has some bevel. It kind of looks 3D, but it has a nice gloss to it. And in fact, if we go back into the gradient overlay and just mess with this a little bit, we can even try to make it a little bit closer to it itself. Just like boom. Now that looks pretty good. So that's that, you guys, and I hope you guys enjoyed this. By the way, once you've made all this, you can even add characters, and it will do the same effect to them. So I hope you guys liked this, and this has been Christian, and I hope to see you guys in a future tutorial. Alright, peace out.